Joining us now to talk more about Campaign 2016 is Jim DeFede, host of Facing South Florida. So, Jim, what does Marco Rubio have to gain or possibly lose by running?
Well, if he runs, he said he would not run simultaneously for re-election. So it's either this or the Senate. So if he enters the presidential campaign, it means that he's willing to give up his Senate seat.
How does he stack up in the Republican field? We saw Jeb Bush's name, Mitt Romney, other names. Where does Marco Rubio fall?
It falls in the middle of the pack, but you have to remember, Marco Rubio is a guy who they said would never be elected senator. He was going up against a much greater candidate in Charlie Crist when Charlie Crist was seeking the Republican nomination. And so Marco Rubio has been used to that giant slayer mentality of his. He's able to go in there and knock them off their pedestal. Look, the trick for Marco Rubio is if he decides to do this, it's okay for him to go in and not win. He knows that. There's no damage to his long-term future if he gets in the presidential race, doesn't win the nomination, but as long as he does well, as long as he shows himself to be a good fundraiser, he'll set himself up for other things. And more importantly, if he runs and doesn't win the nomination, he's set up perfectly for governor in 2018, which will be an open governor seat. And he'd make a great governor in the sense of it's something he likes doing, he would want to do. He could run for governor, be governor of Florida for a few years, still run for president, and still be a young man.
Well, he was the Speaker of the House, so he's familiar with the issues in Tallahassee, that's for sure.
All right, Jim, thank you.
Thank you.
And don't forget, you can catch Facing South Florida with Jim DeFede Sunday morning at 11:30 right here on CBS 4.